Hello, my name is Cunningham, and this is my first recording with giving you information from a group known as MC. MC is a nature consortium, or you would call a group from the other side, giving us other messages. It channels through me. Originally, it was known to me as the Mahakoan, the Master, Ascended Master Mahakoan. And only within the past couple of years, as we've been very blended, has it become what's known as a master group, known as nature. Not nature as we know it, per se, but it's the vibration of the word itself. So what I've been doing is this kind of channeling for over 19, 20 years, really well known at 17 years, and what I've called blended for the past 8 years. Blended that we can talk about later on. Basically, what it is that's going on with me is going on with what I call him, because in this reality we have he and she, and him, it just feels like a he energy to me, and that was how it was originally known. The important thing, not what it is that he is, MC is, I've given him that name for Mahakoan, MC, not what it is that they are that are bringing through the information. It's the important thing is what the information is that they're bringing through. This has been percolating in me for quite a few years. I first taught this as a thing called Earthology, and then in the corporate world I attempted to call it corporate zoo training. It was way beyond people at the time. I was way too premature. Now that I live in a lovely seaside town in Oregon, and do caretaking for my family, I've been able to slow everything down and move through everything and get a lot of information that we're now ready to give out. So that information is simply spirituality with practicality. And I'm going to let MC come through and talk through me. I probably won't know too much about what goes on until it's necessary or I need it. So this is what is called a trance channeling. I do go away somewhere, and MC comes through and talks to people. And so this is an introductory, what we'll call part 1, if I can get it titled. I'm just learning all of this, and I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing, so I'll get better at it. And this will be part 1, and we want to keep it down to 12 minutes so that it's not, it's informative and gives you nuggets of information, but there will be quite a few of them, and then we'll be able to take you to our website, which is circle 4, the number 4, oneness.org, and there you'll have more information that he'll give if you'd like to have writing versus listening. So I'm going to turn it over to MC right now, and enjoy. We're shifting the energy, and he does come through with eyes open. Welcome, beings. We are delighted to come through to you and talk to you in this digital format. Like all things in life, you have to adjust, and one of the reasons we have to adjust to things is that, as you may know, at this age, caretaking is a very important thing. And for this being known as Kat Cunningham, her caretaking of her mother, who is now a blissful 104 years old, she can't get out of the house very much, so we haven't been able to get on the road, so to speak, or be able to publish, I should say, promote her book or my speaking and so forth, as we would have liked to have done the past few years. But we are delighted that technology has caught up with us and are very excited about that fact. So, with that in mind, our message is simple. It has been the same from the very beginning. The word is oneness. When you achieve oneness, you have achieved the life that you were meant to have. The creative life, the life of giving and sharing, the life of learning and growing, all of those things that you were meant to have, all of the gifts that you have are meant to be there. And all of those gifts have never been taken away. You constantly have them. You have no reason to not have them. They were from your Creator, and you are creators of your own lives. So we talk about the idea of oneness. But our new, as you call in your life here, slogan or point of reference that we want to make as a nature master group, speaking with me as well as through me, is not only what oneness is, but spirituality with practicality. So we are going to start with that particular lesson today. Spirituality, for many eons in your planet, has been very misconstrued. It is not about religion. It is not about laws and things. It is about laws, but it is about more scientific laws. Spirituality is just a reality of the spiritual self of who you are. You can still have any religion you choose. That has nothing to do with spirituality. But it does blend into everything else, and you will find the idea of oneness means that everything is connected to everything else. I cannot speak to you today or talk to you about the things that we have to say over a period of time without there being oneness. Oneness means that everything is connected to everything else. When you grasp this, when you realize this, you will be living a completely different life. You will live the life of what is being called making the shift. The shift is the reality that everything is supported by everything else. Then you have recently seen in the Asian countries where great disruptions, natural and unnatural, will come to your shores and will affect you in many ways. You will see that everything that happens with somewhere else is experienced here. I have a cat next to me, I can feel. So if a cat comes into the picture, do not be disturbed. We are trying to inform it. It wants to be in the energy. So we will get rid of this. No, darling, you cannot come. Anyway, so the experience that is necessary is that you realize that everything that you think, say, and do affects your spiritual being. The word spirituality, we believe, has been pushed around like a rubber ball. It's not just only connected to your spiritual being, your soul being, the being that knows all, the being that accepts all, the being that knows that you are the creator of your total experience. This being part of you is connected to everything else. So we would say spirituality with practicality. The reason we say practicality is because you live on the earth plane. There are practical not spiritual, but practical scientific laws that affect you every single day, such as gravity. There are things that do not affect other universes. There are things that you came here to learn and to experience, to have this glorious experience of being able to create anything that you think, say, and do. This is a rare opportunity for you to grow into greatness. And we express this greatness because it's all about oneness. So some of the things that we will start to talk about is a grasping of what this oneness is. Your practicality means, how can I take these principles that the MC group is going to talk to you about and put them into my everyday format? How do I run my business? How do I, yes, cat, we see you. How do we run the business? How do you accept all that is in your experience? How do you talk to your friends? How do you make decisions? You see, it's going to come down to the practicality, and the practicality of your universe is that every thought, every word, every action that you experience and create, because you are the creator, every one of those must be in balance in some particular way. And it's the laws that we plan to introduce. You know clearly the law of attraction. You have already been indoctrinated. And because of that, we know that it's time for you to learn the other 3 laws that balance out this. So if you've been having a problem with understanding that aspect of your creation, we know that the other 3 we're bringing in now, because it is time for you to know these things and to move on. These other 3 will make a lot more sense. This form of oneness that we are speaking of has a great deal of connection and energy to what it is you are choosing to do. And you must know that it is all about the way you perceive your beingness. The form of what we would say how you create is by making decisions. Decisions are the mainstay of every aspect of who you are and what you are. And it's decision making that we're going to be discussing and talking about over this period of time. Decision making is everything. Every word you think, everything that you think, every thought you have, every action that you make, every way you interact with all things living is making a decision. We know that this is a 12-minute mark, and we have a great deal to say. So this will be the way of ending this at this time. We want to bring you spirituality with practicality, everyday formats that make it simple for you to be able to adjust, that make your life feel good, get you to understand that everything from the living amoebas in a microscope to spirit beyond is connected to you and supporting you and working with you. You are never alone. You have never been alone. And we want to give you that information as much as we can. I will be writing information at our website, and that is circle, CIRCLE, 4, oneness.org. You're welcome to go there and sign up for my private groups that are going to be getting the inside information. It's not easy to always channel through my channel. She writes, and she has to write based on what she knows and her information that she's given. So there will be more intimate things. We also want to do teleconferences with you, or video conferences, I guess they call it. And if you sign up at our newsletter there, you will be accepted into that. That's part of the oneness, that no one can force anyone to do anything, and that we know that you are ready to hear the information. We're excited to bring you these other 3 laws that are going to really add balance to your life, so that you'll be able to see and understand how every day you become more and more a spiritual being, with spirituality and practicality. Blessings to you, and thank you for finding this channel, for there are no accidents. Good evening. Well, that was a little touch of MC. I have to now adjust. But we are what was called blended, and blended means that what I know, he knows, what goes on around me, whatever it is that he says, I live with at the same time. We'll do another segment on what channeling means for those that are ready to do something like that. So, thank you so much. from Circle for Oneness Ministry. We thank you, and we hope you'll go to the website, circleforoneness.org, and you'll see MC and me, and you can read more about what he's doing every day. Thank you. See you next time.